Welcome to Astrology Embodied, a year of inner knowing. In this video, we explore the question, who am I becoming this year? Join us as we dive into this journey.
Astrology offers a profound way to connect with our inner selves, helping us navigate the cycles of life with greater awareness. Through the lens of the stars and the movement of the planets, we can gain insights into our growth, challenges, and evolving path. Embodied astrology invites us to feel these cosmic energies within our physical experience, grounding abstract concepts into daily life. Journaling and self-reflection are powerful tools for this process, allowing us to honor our experiences and listen to our inner wisdom. The dance of the sun and planets guides us toward a deeper understanding of our purpose and authentic self. Trust in your own internal knowing as you move through the various cycles of the coming year.
Join Elle, founder of Copper Market Astrology. With over 20 years of experience, she blends intuition and astrology to help you navigate your path with clarity and compassion. Feel free to ask your questions live. We hope this video provides a fun and inclusive space for your growth. Remember to journal, take notes, and take what resonates with you on your journey.
Hello.
Very nice. We made it.
Welcome to our episode of Astrology Embodied. And today we are talking about living by the moon. And you got a debut of our new intro that still needs a little bit of tweaking, but
It's okay. It called me Ellie, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna roll with it. Ellie it is.
I've had to specify the spelling with Charlene because CH, and then with you, I just need to put the letter L.
Yes, I know. I'm thinking about just going back to L, just the letter L, save on any confusion. Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
I dig it. Well, how are you doing?
I'm great. I've been busy. Life has been great. Just busy. I know you're busy. You're back to back on lives and all the things. So good for you.
Good problem. Good problems to have.
Yes. Well, just so all of you all know, Julie and I both thought our live was yesterday. And then I looked at the date because I was like, my girlfriend was like, will you do my hair? And I was like, no, I have a live tonight. And she was like, you're lying, and sent me a screenshot and said it's tomorrow. And I was like, well, I'm glad you brought that to my attention. Yes, I can do your hair now. And it's tomorrow. And Julie was like, wait, it's tomorrow? So typically we try to do this on the last Friday of the month, but I probably told her the date, and that's probably how this all got switched around.
I'm still trying to figure it out. I have 26 on here. I have 26 on here. I don't know what happened.
We
have multiple calendars.
We were meant to do it today. It's fine.
We're closer to the full moon.
Yes. Yeah, we're 2 days away. Yes. I'm excited for this episode. We are going to talk all things moon and the full moon, the new moon, waxing, all the things, waning, all the fun things that the moon brings. And if you've listened in on our shows before, you know that the moon is what embodies your emotions, your instincts, your subconscious. It's deep to your core, who you are. A lot of times it tells you a lot about mother and the resemblance there. It's so important in your chart. It's really important to understand your moon, the degree that it's in, the house that it's in. That's where it's really going to show up in your life 9 times out of 10. And so Julie has a Libra moon. And thank God with that Capricorn sun and the other placements that she's got going on, because that really does give her this beauty of balance. I find earth signs with air moons are the most spiritual people. I have 7 different, I like to call them like councilmen. They're my astrologer. There's Julie. There's my herbalist. I have a lot of different people in my circle that I deal and, I don't want to say deal with, but I work with, and they are all earth signs, mostly Capricorns, and they all have air moons. And it's a little different. A few are Gemini, some are Aquarius, And then, like Julia was saying, is a Libra. But there's this beautiful thing that happens when you bring a practical sign with a moon that is a little more dreamy and experimental and willing to look outside of the box, because it's hard for earth signs a lot of the time. And so I've just found that the earth and air mix there just kind of creates this beautiful, very in tuned, very intuitive person. And so I always watch for that. When I see that, I'm like, oh, okay, you're very spiritual and intuitive.
That's funny because when I was a when I was a Capricorn, like when
I'm
I
not either.
when I first started like my spiritual journey, I was like Capricorn too logical. Like I can't make any sense of the spirituality. Like I can't even like to like break open a pineal gland and a calcified third eye. I was like, there's no way. I started asking like the internet and people around me. I like, can Capricorns be like spiritual? Because it's so logical in here.
I'm
It's
not reading
exhausting.
anywhere that it says that they are. Yeah, I used to think that, and I think that I really, like, one of the biggest reasons I was so in that space was because anytime, I mean, this is like early 2000s. How old am I? Yeah, like early 2000s. I'm like, what? When did I start this practice? But yeah, I mean, for real, it was like 2001, really 2000 actually, because yeah, I was in eighth grade. So I way before my time, anyone that I would try to talk astrology with, if they were an earth sign, I mean, I got shut down a lot during those days. It was more of just like trying to find the right people. If it was an earth sign, I knew they were going to roast me. Not only were they going to be like, get the fuck out of here, they were going to insult me in like the most insane ways. But I found the little thing to that. I'm like, you're a Capricorn, but let me figure out your moon sign and then we'll talk. So yeah, it's definitely it definitely changes the personality of the earth sign. So now that I've mentioned some things of the moon, and again, these are all things that we have always talked about and discussed, I wanted to go into the new moon and full moon specifically because there's so much to unpack here. Obviously, everybody's moon is in a sign. If everybody wants to pull up their chart and see where their moon is, I will give some references that will be beneficial. And if you want to add anything to the moon before I jump into the new moon, full moon, and how that can affect our world, depending on what our moon is, I'm going to try to go a little slower so that people can kind of connect the dots. But is there anything that you wanted to add moon-wise about the astrology and your moon?
Mine in particular, no, except that I am extremely grateful for a 0-degree Libra moon because it makes me feel like there's even more balance. And I like to see myself as a balanced person, and especially with what I'm building. So there's a balance between like the feminine and the masculine and the go and the stay. There's a really fine balance and everything. So my 0-degree Libra moon is coming multiple times for me. Big
Well, and
fan.
it's yeah, no, it's great. And having that 0-degree mark is so important too, because that's you're brand new, like the emotions and the exploring and the learning of that, critical degree, and having it in a sign that is curious and seeks balance and seeks, this like a balance and fairness. Like things need to be fair, and at such a critical degree, it's like you're really at the forefront of like cracking into that and tapping into that energy. And so I couldn't agree more. It's a beautiful placement in your chart, that's for sure. So one of the things I wanted to point out, and I think a lot of people just don't know this, the new moon is always in the same sign as the whatever the sun is in, but that it's calculated based on the degree, which is more critical than the actual sign that it's in. So say that Cancer we're in Cancer season, and yay, my Cancer babies out there. I hope you're all doing well. Love the Cancer babies. all things. But so Cancer season. So once the moon is in, say we're in 15 degrees Cancer. Once the moon is in 15 degrees Cancer, that is how we assess when the new moon is going to happen. It has to be in the same degree as the sun sign, which makes it the new moon. Makes it align. It's conjunct at that point. It's star energy. It's energetic. The new moon is new beginnings, and it really thrives on moving parts, getting things going, starting things. It's a good time to start new projects, or, a lot of different things you could say new moon energy is. The full moon is the complete opposite of that. It is the month that we're in. Sun is completely 180 degrees to the degree from what the moon is in. So if it's the 15 degree Cancer that I was talking about, we would be doing or having a full moon in 15 degree Capricorn. And so if you're really trying to mathematically figure out new moons, full moons, that's how you figure that out. I don't know if you knew that. I didn't know if a lot of our listeners knew that, but that is fun fact of how they're calculated. Very mathematical.
I love that. Yeah.
I'm always like, wait, when is it? And what is it? And that's just easy to tell. The full moon's always going to be the opposite of whatever the sun is, and the new moon is going to be the same sign. So, which leads me to my next part. So this will be a good example because Julie and I have very different moons. Hers is Libra. It is a cardinal sign. Mine is Taurus, and it is a fixed sign. When the full moon, let's go into full moon before I go into what I was just about to. The full moon is letting go of things. It is things come to a head. Things are shown to you. It is a letting go period. It is a slowing down period. It is not a start all, do all the things. It's rest. Very crucial to, it's a lot of times letting things go and really paying attention to what your intuition is saying. Intuition typically is a little louder during the full moon. If you really sit with yourself, you will feel a lot more. I mean, the moon affects so much on the earth that anyone who says they don't think it affects them personally
is a liar.
I can't agree with that. I'm sorry. Good for you.
Maybe you're not aware. I'm sorry.
You're not aware? No. Maybe do some therapy. Julie and I giving mental advice on the astrology.
I mean, it wouldn't be the most unhinged thing we've said on these things.
Oh,
at all. It won't be the last year.
I talk about murder way more than any Libra in the world, I swear. I think
that's what makes it funnier.
I'm supposed to be chill. But no, so that is new moon, full moon energy. And so this next part, I want to go into how your moon specifically is affected by the full moon and the new moon. So again, mine is a fixed moon. Julie's is a cardinal moon. I would imagine Julie has the hardest time with full moons during around this season and also around Capricorn season, because those two full moons square her chart. So if we are in Cancer and Cancer full moon is in Capricorn and she is a Libra, there is a square there that is created and formed based on where her moon is, and it can really blow up her world, and it doesn't feel good, and it's all necessary. It's not bad. It's not anything that's you should fear, but things are going to be, she's going to be more sensitive. Things are going to be highlighted. I mean, her intuition is going to be stronger, and truths will come out a lot of those times. Anytime I've ever been cheated on in my life, I have found out while a full moon is squaring my natal moon. Every single time. Wow. And it's always, my moon is in Taurus. It's always in August, and it's always when the full moon is in Aquarius. August, despite everyone's going to think it's because I dislike Leo males, not the case. truly is my worst month for things to come ahead for me. And I'm just like, I also, with that being said, have a really hard time in like late January or late January, February, because again, it squares my moon and it is a harder time for me. And things get shown to me. That one, for some reason, is not as intense as the August one. The August one really sticks to me. And I'm talking like I've been tracking this for years. And August is always the Aquarius full moon hits me harder than the Leo full moon. But I still get hit with both. I still get hit with them both, and they both are just kind of crazy. So if you have a Taurus moon, I know that we have a proud Taurus moon in the house. Woohoo! Grounded. I'm great. I'm so great. My Taurus moon is my favorite thing in my chart sometimes. A lot of times August and January can be struggles for us in terms of things coming to light, things really, just being exposed. And sometimes we're not ready. I'm sometimes not ready to hear that I've been cheated on. This was like grade school even. Like I've tracked this for so many years. Like not grade school, high school really.
Crazy.
It is. It's pretty wild. And then I'm like, did I manifest this or something? But different partners even. I'm like, I think it's just crazy. So if you need to look at what your moon is, figure out what your squares are. So it's based on the element. So if you're an air moon, you're going to square other air signs aside from no, just kidding. I'm saying this all wrong. If you're an air moon, it's going to be, opposite is going to be in fire. Am I saying that right? Why am I having, yes, it'll be fire. And then your two squares are going to be earth and water. So it's all the elements together make a square. Sorry, I had a moment, guys. So water, it's going to be, your opposite is going to be the earth. And then the two that are going to square you are going to be fire and air. So maybe I'll just run through that. That might be confusing how I'm saying it. If you're an Aries moon.
Visuals.
I know. I'm like, I need a chart that I can point to. I'm sorry. That actually would have been pretty helpful. But I'll run through it. So Aries moons, you are going to square Cancer and Capricorn. Taurus moons, you're going to square Aquarius and Leo. Gemini moons, you are going to square Virgo and Pisces. Cancer moons, you are going to square Aries and Libra. Leo moons, you are going to square, jeez, my goodness, I'm getting there. Okay, so Leo is going to be Taurus and Scorpio. Libra is going to be Capricorn and Cancer. Scorpio is going to be Aquarius and Leo. Wait, no. I think I said one wrong. And I missed Virgo.
I couldn't help it.
Okay, sorry. Virgo moons, your squares are going to be Gemini and Sagittarius. I missed that one. Libras are going to be Capricorn and Cancer. Scorpios are going to be Leo and Aquarius. Sagittarius are going to be Pisces and Virgo. Capricorns are going to be Libra and Aries. Aquarius is going to be Taurus and Scorpio. And then Pisces is going to be Gemini and Sagittarius. There's two. That's what I was thinking. I already said that one, but there are two because of, the squares. So those are all your moon signs. And I just read off the squares. If you missed it, just rewind because I'm not going through that again. But that is just going to help you gauge when what I just said are full moons. New moons a little different. I'll go over that. But when those are full moons, there's just going to be bigger things happening. You might feel more emotional, more impacted by things. It's just a little more of a heightened time. So there is that. And that is very important to remember because where the moon is, even if it's not a square, I'm just pointing out the squares because those have been my most difficult, but you also have trines. You have so many other things. You have conjuncts, you have all these things. So if you're a Taurus moon and the full moon is in Capricorn or Virgo, it might be a beautiful time for you to make some really practical decisions. Like that's going to sing beautifully for you. It might be that you sit down and you really figure out like, what do you need to let go? Maybe it's look at your subscriptions. If you're an earth sign and you have 1,200 subscriptions, or you don't know what your subscriptions are, we need to talk. That's a whole other thing. But I feel like earth signs know theirs. But that might be the time that you sit down and go through your subscriptions. What do you need to let go of? Do you even use that one? Why are you paying $12.99 a month for something you don't even use? So those are the things.
Why are you not paying $11 a month for our subscription over here? That's way cooler. Just saying.
Way cooler and way more information. So
yes,
I absolutely think that I use the moons and doing a lot of my decision making. And I'm like, oh, I'm exhausted. But if it's a new moon and it's in Capricorn, I know how productive I can be if I can just get past that little slump of like, tiredness or, just getting out of bed. So using the moon to your advantage is going to be life changing. So
yes, I agree. Do you have more energy during the full moon or during the new moon, personal?
New moon, 100%.
Me too.
Yeah, the new moon, I'm grooving, and even if it, again, if you think of it in terms of like the new moon, think of like an Aquarius new moon, again, Taurus moon, Aquarius new moon, Leo full moon. I feel like the Aquarius new moon, I'm thriving, and then that full moon hits and it's insane. And then take the Leo season, like August, and then I hit that like Leo, the Leo new moon. It's very active, it's very passionate, I feel. And then I hit that crash on the full moon. That's like all secrets come to head. And like at the beginning of August, I'm generally pretty good, and then the full moon hits and I'm not as good. So, but yeah, and it could be the end of the month. It could be the beginning of the month. It just depends on where it lays, but it's definitely affects me. But I have way more energy during the new moon. So, knowing what your moon is and taking in what I just said, I am going to go through the new moons first of things based on what the new moon is in. So if the new moon is in Aries, this is a time to take action. This is a time to start things. It's the first sign of the zodiac. So this is one of my favorite new moons to really get activated. I tend to do so well in April. The new moon, it's my polarity. I don't know if that like channels something or like activates something within me, but I have the best workouts in April. I start things in April. April is like the beginning of the season. It's like my beginning of the year. I don't really, January, yeah, I get it. It's the calendar year, but for me, April is the start of my year, and I really thrive off that. Taurus new moon, time to start practical routines. Maybe this can be a good one for ramping up your maybe like a healthier diet plan. Taurus is associated with the stomach and food and nourishing. And I think it's a good time to maybe evaluate what you're putting in your body. And again, this is new moon, not full moon. It's going to be different. But really channeling this Venus energy, new moon and Taurus is a good time for like a makeover or, cosmetic things that you might want to have done. And so that is a good time to channel that energy and look into it. Again, depending, it may not be as highlighted. It may not be as highlighted as, a time where if you have an Aquarius moon, it might be a little more not as flowy. It may not work as well. Use your natal moon with what I'm saying. So if you're like, oh, that actually squares, there might be challenges there. There might be some resistance. It may not flow as well as Elle is saying. So I need to keep that in mind. For me, a Taurus moon, new moon energy I can take over the world because I have a Taurus moon. It's in conjunct, and I am a happy little soul during that time. So, Gemini. Oh, sorry, you like cut out. I was like, did you want to say something, or
Nope.
is my computer just being glitchy?
If every time I switch a tab to like try to get the next thing up, then I'm just my strong enough for my goals and needs yet.
Yeah, we're getting there. Oh, Mercury retrograde is right around the corner. So
the shadow is here and loud.
For sure. Okay, so the Gemini new moon, this is a time for communications and community, small community, neighborhood friends, block parties. Like, who doesn't want to have a block party in May? You know, it's perfect season for it. Do you guys do block parties in Utah? I don't feel like it's a thing.
Yeah. I mean, like we have things, and yeah, sort of, but I don't know. Utah's strange.
Yeah, Tulsa has a lot of block parties. We have a lot. So I don't know, neighborhoods. It's kind of a thing, but anyways, so that is a good time for community and small groups, siblings. Time to celebrate your siblings, hang out with your siblings, maybe start a project with your sibling. New moon in Gemini energy is a lot of energy, a lot of intellectual things going on, a lot of thinking, processing. If you are going to start something in the technology world, highly recommended during this time. New moon in Cancer, this would be a good time to start a family, or maybe you're not like going that crazy and extensive with life. Maybe it's just like buying a new home, or remodeling your home, or redoing your furniture, or just moving your furniture. Maybe you don't have the money to do all those things and you just want to move your furniture around. That could be good. Spending time with family, maybe hang out with your mom a little more around that time, or just channel that energy of family, home, those sort of things. Again, keep in mind, if you have a Libra moon, it might be a more difficult time. Maybe see how that lines up and if that would be a wise choice or not.
Maybe stay away from family as a Libra moon.
Yeah, you know what? Probably. No. Just keeping in mind that new moon energy with the Libra moon can sometimes cause friction and not align as well. So there's that. So the new moon in Leo, this would be a time to maybe, again, this is a really good one, as long as it, thrives with what things you got going on in your chart. If you wanted to maybe join a play, be in the spotlight. If you're like scared to do something, put yourself out there, maybe go live. I've been reading that going live is like the new thing, just because it's so raw and authentic, and with AI and everything that's going on right now, it's really hard to capture authenticity with people, because I don't think anybody knows really what's going on. I mean, we can tell, but at the same time, it's just one of those things that, if you're having these anxieties of putting yourself out there in front of people, in front of a stage, in front of an audience, this would be a really good, moon to activate that and really kind of captivate like your inner fears and just get over it and shine, because Leos love to shine. They're ruled by the sun. They want to be the center of the attention. So it's a good time for that. And then sorry, we have two kittens in the back room over there. They're just like playing with something. New moon in Virgo. This is a really good time to lock down that routine, maybe clean your house. Really, details. This is a perfect time. I love a new moon in Virgo. For me, it really aligns, because typically this is like the start of the school year, and I like to deep dive into all the drawers and all the clothes that no longer fit. Everybody gets rid of their stuff from last year. We have new stuff, so get rid of the old. And I like to detail clean, and I like to have everything kind of ready where it's fall. The season is about to change. There's something about the new moon in Virgo that my soul is ecstatic. I'm ecstatic for the fall. all the things. It's all the feelings I absolutely love. So me being a Taurus moon makes 100% sense. The new moon in Libra, which this is a time to get, really glam, really gorgeous. Maybe work on your relationships, maybe enter some contract work with somebody. It's a good time for negotiations and contracts, again, depending on what your moon is. If you have a Capricorn moon, maybe not. Maybe this is not the time. But typically, new moons in Libra are about balance and grace, and there's beauty behind it. And so if you wanted to get a facelift, I recommend this time, given the right moon sign. Actually, don't take my word for it, because if anything goes sideways, I don't want to hear they were told. Disclaimer. New moon in Scorpio. This is the time to get darker. The seasons have changed. It's getting darker. It's colder. There's longer nights, or shorter days, longer nights. Transformation is huge here. Like, let yourself grow. Let yourself experience things. Maybe spend time with people in your past that have passed on onto the other side. This would be a good time to connect with them. This is probably the veil is the thinnest at this time. It is so important that the new moon in Scorpio to really connect with the spiritual world. And I don't dabble too much into that because it's just not my area. It's not my forte. But I do spend a lot of time in prayer around that time. I spend a lot of time with ancestors and asking for guidance, or if there's something that I feel like I should be paying attention to, I ask for their guidance because they're also wise and know everything. That's a good time for that. The new moon in Scorpio. New moon in Sagittarius is a time to be a little free. It's still cold outside. It's still maybe not the best time to go outside, but maybe it's a good time to travel. Sagittarius is all about travel, so maybe hop to one of those hot areas on the earth at that point and just have a nice vacay. Learn another language. Explore something. Learn something. Be active. Find a way to embrace that Sagittarius kind of lifestyle. Adventure. Things like that.
My favorite.
Your favorite, yes. I love it. And then the Capricorn new moon, again, is going to be focused on your work, tap into what is needed. Capricorn is all about, resistance and career and public role and things like that. So really kind of, again, this is where we go through and find to check out all those subscriptions and see, is this working for me? And that's more full moon. New moon would be starting new things, starting a business, starting a podcast, starting something that is work related. And that is really the Capricorn new moon energy. Aquarius new moon is going to be try something weird. Start, I don't know, a cult? I don't know where that came to mind. I was thinking Aquarius, weird, group, humanitarian, not cult, but maybe do something good for the world. Make sure you pick up your trash. It'd be a time to go and, just do one of those little walk-bys. You see people with the little picker and just pick up trash. I mean, it can be something so simple. You don't have to go out there and change the world in one day. But these new moons are opportunities to embrace the energy of the new moon, and Aquarius would be one that humanitarian work, maybe dress a little weird, maybe do your hair a little funky, maybe dye your hair green. I mean, that's a good time to dye your hair green, honestly. I'm just saying.
I love it.
And then the new moon in Pisces is a time to go inward, really check on your spirituality, and just maybe give yourself space, time alone, sit with that, enjoy the energy of your own presence, and deep dive into what you're feeling spiritually, and connecting with, again, this is kind of like the Scorpio new moon, just connecting with ancestors. And it's not the time that, like I said, the veil is really thin around Halloween. So it's not quite that thin, but it's still a good opportunity to reach out and just see what's going on the other side and spend time with that. And then kindness. I mean, Pisces are so kind, and there's a true depth through their soul that is very nurturing and loving and kind, and they're forgiving. So maybe this is like really channeling that energy and really diving into that at this period of time. Anything you want to add to the new moons?
I'm still trying to like figure out like full moons for myself personally and like what the best ones are for me. But I will say that I'm trying to become like more aware. So today I got my big ass calendar for the whole year. I wrote the new moons on there and the full moons. And I'll also just get a little tidbit because the Academy is attached to me. So it is shameless plugging regardless. We are in the middle of launching and getting ready to beef up our coven membership. And in our coven membership, we have posts that are going to be launched on the full moon and new moon. And so it's making me like kind of sit with each one of the things because we're like kind of mapping it out for the year. And then this is like where I've like for the first time been like, oh, okay, personalized. Take notes. Yeah, I guess.
I love it. I love it. No, that's amazing.
Yeah, between this.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, for anyone who doesn't know, Julie is doing so much behind the scenes, working endlessly, back-to-back lives. She was on a live right before here. We were late today because she was wrapping up her live right before. So we have a lot of really cool things going on. Julie has a lot that she's doing. Just check out the sites and check out everything because I don't know how you do it. People are always like, how do you do all the things? And I got a really good system. And I'm like, yours has to feel crazy. Has to feel like,
yeah. Yeah. Well, today, I mean, I don't know if you can see today, but maybe I'll give you a little preview of what we did get accomplished today. Let's see if I can help my desk. It's kind of exciting.
I'm so excited.
There's our Academy of all of our shows, and then the list of all of our shows that we're doing right now and where we're at with them. And then we've got our body meridian system over here with the Chinese medicines because everything's connected. And then we've got this monthly calendar. And then we're going over here to then our big annual calendar plus the whiteboards and the extra whiteboards.
I love it.
It's just one of those. But it is making me make note because now that I'm preparing for all the heroes every single month, it's like making me more aware of like, okay, here's the theme of the week. All right, now here's what the moon is at, full moon, new moon, and now like personally how it's affected me versus how it's affected my community. And it makes a big difference. It's curious. It's interesting.
Well, it does. It really does. And again, like I was saying, knowing what your moon is and how that is going to work with each one is so crucial because, you know, you read all these things. It's like, oh, the full moon in this is going to affect these 3 signs. Well, it's because what I was explaining, the squares, it affects them more because they square and there's a challenge there, there's friction there. And a lot of people think like that's a negative connotation or it's scary. It's kind of like Saturn return. It's like, no, it's such a beautiful transformation. Or the friction, like you can't move ahead or move anywhere without some sort of something to push off of. And you need that. We all need that. And so I think once we realize how to use those obstacles or those challenges in a way of understanding ourselves and maybe even other people, it becomes less scary. It becomes more about like exciting. Like, what am I going to learn from this? What is going to be exposed or not? And I just think once you use it that way,
yeah,
it really makes a difference.
I'm always under the guise of like for Saturn return, I I let people know before they're hitting their late 20s. I was like, do you want to know the theme? Because I wish I knew the theme, because mine was death and rebirth. My grandma died. My mom had a stroke. Like personally, had I known I was going to lose contact with all the women figures in my life at the pivotal moment of going into my 30s, I would have asked them a lot more questions and recorded their voices before they both lost their voices. So for me, knowing the energy of astrology and coming back in is helpful so that I can like prepare in advance. But again, I'm a Capricorn. So however you manage your energies and how you want to be prepared, I think this is super helpful. And I would love to make a chart of, okay, my full moons and new moons, what's squaring what, so that I know, okay, here's the energy. So I can go in more receptively to the learning lesson versus the, oh shit, this knocked me off of what my personal ego's trajectory was. And the planetary alignment of what I needed to do could have been honored. So it's having a different pair of looking glasses, essentially.
Yeah, no, it's so true, and it's so crucial. And the minute that you can really play off that energy and use it to your advantage in every way, whether it's a friction, whether it's a trine, whether it's, squaring, opposition, whatever it is, using it to as your aha. That's what I learned in this moment. Not I went through hell. Like we're such victims sometimes. We want to be like, oh, this was so horrible, and it was horrible. It was. I'm not disregarding anyone's feelings by saying that, because we all go through horrible shit. But if you don't see what the learning opportunity was in it, or what you gained out of it, whether, people are like, they'll bring up the most horrific things that you can think of. What's the good in that? What's the lesson in that? And I can always give you a lesson. Like,
yeah,
there's always something. So it's just a way to work with, the phases. And then the full moons is kind of the complete opposite of all of what we just talked about. I mean, Aries is action. It's the start. It's letting go of maybe that thing that you started that didn't work out, like letting go of it, allowing yourself rest, allowing to not take action, allowing to let go of things that you thought were 100% that may not have been. I mean, sometimes I've even seen people actually let go of the signs that the moon is in, especially if there's like a really heavy connection. Like maybe it's you go through a breakup with an Aries. Like there are so many things that can, and that would be a whole placement of your birth chart, a whole thing. But I mean, it's possible. And then Taurus, having constant stability and the need for stability and consistency, maybe that's what you need to let go. There's so many times where I find myself, I can be such a control freak with all my Virgo and then my Taurus moon. I want to control everything and just know how everything's going to play out. And like, if I did this, I can do this. And if this happens like this, I have a plan A, B, C, and that's such earth sign energy. And sometimes a full moon in Taurus might be saying, stop trying to control everything. Stop trying to make it so routine. Stop trying to be so consistent. Be a little inconsistent, which I don't struggle with. I'm pretty inconsistent. But there are things in the full moon that embody the opposite. And then Gemini, full moon in Gemini, may not be the best time to start up new conversations or start those, companies, those the tech companies, or it might be a time to turn off your devices, all communication, rest, bring your mental down. Mercury needs to calm and reset and breathe and just exist. That is what full moon in Gemini for a lot of us means. Not everybody, because your moon might say otherwise. But the full moon in Cancer, there's a lot to unpack here. Full moon in Cancer, Cancer is ruled by the moon. And when the moon is full, and, this can be a heavy emotional time for a lot of people. And this may be the time that you spend not with family, or not, for moms out there that just constantly do everything and they never give themselves a break. Maybe this is the time that you go get your mani and pedi and a blowout and a day for yourself without children, because maybe this is time for you to reset and let your mom, responsibilities fall aside for the day. Full moon in Leo, maybe don't do that live. Maybe look from the spotlight a little bit. Leo's ruled by the sun, and the full moon in Leo, which is a totally different time, but it could be a time to go inward, kind of what I was explaining with the Pisces energy, but just laying low and allowing life to maybe be loud around you, but staying quiet. The full moon let it be loud around you. Full moon in Libra is going to be, things don't have to be aesthetically perfect. They don't have to be allowing you to have a bad hair day, or allowing your, maybe it's like conflict showing up in a full moon, and as uncomfortable as it feels, because Libras don't like conflict, it could be necessary and part of your growth. And then a full moon in Scorpio, pretty intense. This is a pretty intense one. Scorpio feels, it's a water sign. It is intense. A lot of people are impacted by this one, despite what your moon may be or not. But this is a time to really just exist in a space of maybe not digging in too deep, maybe not researching or diving into things, and just, not being so to where you need to investigate everything, just being more calm, less intense, maybe allow your emotions to pass. Because again, Scorpio full moon is very intense. Sorry, I ran out of my water, and now my voice is going to do that thing where it's like, oh, no. I've been talking all day long, you guys. All day.
Oh, no.
My voice was finally like, what are we doing at 9:00 at night? Okay. I only have a few more. The full moon in Capricorn is a time to rest. It's not a time to work hard. It's not a time to grind. It's not the time to start your business. It is a time to allow yourself to rest and not be a workaholic. Full moon in Aquarius would definitely be a more subtle time for, let me think of how I would want to describe a full moon. Letting go of maybe a lot of judgment, or if you find yourself feeling different, letting go of those projections that people put on you. A lot of times, Aquarius is they're such individuals that are loners, and they desire freedom, and they really thrive in their unique way. And sometimes they get a lot of judgment for that. And so this might be the time to let go. If you're a little weird, let that be, and let it go of what people think about you. Don't let it concern you. It's really none of your business. And you're probably better off than they are. And that's why they're judging you. So let it go. And
be authentic.
Yes, be authentic. It's so, so important. And then full moon in Pisces is a time to, I know I said this on the new moon, like kind of be alone, spend that time. I would say the same for the full moon, just letting go of, or maybe it could be the opposite. Maybe it's letting go of the wanting to be alone and in your own space, and getting out there and putting yourself in a crowd, and, being more social and maybe less spiritual at that point.
Which is sometimes really nice.
I know. You know, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go to sleep after this. Not that we're in full moon in Pisces energy, but I am. So yeah, that's really, I just want to really touch on this because I feel like we've done a ton of astrology. We've talked about the moon a ton, but we really haven't checked in with like new moon, full moon, and your moon and how that affects. And again, taking everything that I just said and applying your moon, whether it's trines, squares, conjuncts, opposition, whatever it does with that particular moon, to kind of just investigate what that energy looks like. And then you could use your own judgment. And then if you want to take it one step further, figure out what house that's in. Like, oh, my moon is in the fifth house, and this is squaring. I'm probably not going to have a lot of fun this month, or my, you know, or it's trining and you're going to have a ton of fun. It's a perfect time to go out and party and meet new people and yada, yada, yada. Maybe it's in your seventh house and you're like, oh, I could meet my romantic partner because my moon is trining the, you know, the new moon, something new, start up. Like, you have so much power at looking at your chart and things that are going on in the universe and the planets that you could really look at when you could meet someone, when is not a good time to meet someone, contracts, whatever. You could pinpoint it all.
Yeah, facts.
So
Astrology is just something that helps us understand ourselves, others, and the world around us. And it's not that crazy when people are like, oh, I don't believe in astrology. First of all, it's not something you believe in. It's a language so that you can understand the world around you. And if you're not speaking it, you're at a disadvantage. I'll die on that. I'll die on that hill.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll die right there with you.
Yeah.
It's very mathematical, and to just completely disregard it is wild.
Then you're a Virgo man.
If you don't believe in astrology, you are an earth sign, and
it's most likely.
What
was it? I used to be a.
What is it? No, you go ahead.
I was going to say that I used to be obsessed. Wow. Ugh. Obsessed with the comedian Matt Rife. I think we talked about this before.
Yes,
and then he started hating on astrology women, and very specifically like everything about women with astrology. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to look up at his birth chart. Of course, he's a Virgo man.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's no, I'd be curious. I need to do his whole chart, but yeah.
We should do an entire thing on him. I would.
We should. I'm down.
Actually, I have a couple of other people. We need to bring back astrology after dark.
Yes. Oh my god, I was the most unhinged for those. I feel like.
I think those are the funniest ones, and I was telling someone this last weekend about your Avril Lavigne. I won't even say which one it was. That was crazy.
That was crazy, and to not know, and for me to just pull that out of like straight intuition. But the birth chart, I mean, the birth chart was like. Giving Avril Lavigne vibes. If you haven't seen it, I looked at a birth chart and I had no idea other than it was an artist. I don't even know if I knew it was a female artist. And I probably asked if it was a female. I didn't.
I didn't even know. You did ask at some point, but you didn't know. There was no prompting anything. All you knew is I think 2,000 artists.
And I just pulled out.
It was impressive.
It was a cool vibe. No, for sure. Well, no, I was going to say one of my favorite astrologers of all time, Channing Nichols. She does not disclose what her birth chart information is. I've tried to find her baby's birth chart stuff too, because I'm like, we had babies around the same time. When I had Salem, she had her baby. And she was like, wow. I just remember reading it being not a favorable like ascendant. And I was like, what was the ascendant? But I think I figured out that she's a Cancer. I don't know why, or a Leo. I think she's a summer baby, but I want to know her stuff's about it. But she is very like, she doesn't like to categorize signs with like the basic, oh, a Libra does this. And I get that. I get it. She's so right. But the reality is, it's still very, it is the personality trait. Now, there are a lot of things that go along with that, and I understand where she's coming from, but I'm just like, tell me your birthday. I want to know her wife's birthday.
I can't tell you. As soon as people have babies, they literally message me their baby's birth time, and I have a wall with birth dates and times of pending birth charts too for babies.
I love that. I know it is. It's a fun thing. It's a fun thing to gift people too. I gift them when I'm like, oh, let me gift you. I don't have a baby shower gift with me, but I can do a birth chart, Ralph. Let me just 2 seconds.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Yeah, no, it's good. Well, you have a party to go to, and we hit 9 o'clock. Sorry we were late today, guys. We really had.
We're gonna get it together.
We will one day.
I don't even know how we went from yesterday to today because all my calendars are saying yesterday, and I'm like, I don't know what happened.
I thought I told you the wrong time, but I feel better now about it. Now that you're
no, my calendar, multiple of my calendars said yesterday at 7, and then I don't know where it did. I think I don't know where it said 7, but regardless, we're getting our shit together, and it's gonna be fine. It doesn't matter.
It's gonna be fine. Well, thank you everyone for listening. And if you have any questions, feel free. I don't see any coming through the comments yet, but hey, Tom. And where is our...
Maybe we could, I know I didn't see Alan today or at all on either of this. Yeah.
Our Virgo friend who believes in astrology.
When I said Virgo men too, I was like, don't forget Alan.
All Virgo men minus Alan.
I was gonna say though, I was gonna ask you maybe you could help me make a little like chart or something for the new moon, full moon based on squares, because then we could put it in the coven.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be very simple.
Which is our newest feature, and you can find in our QR code up here. You can get readings with Elle at Copper Market Astrology, and you can find her on Instagram or through the Academy of Logic and Light at gmail.com if you're having trouble finding her elsewhere. But QR code up here for memberships, mentorships, and community. I'm still working on and then here is the QR code to follow Elle on Instagram. We're working on it. It's new.
It's new.
Copper Market. Yeah. Thank you, Elle, and we will see you next month. And I'm assuming next month I have to look and see what our repertoire, but just based on our last live stream right before this one, the astrology for July is going to be a very fascinating time. Yeah. We might all be new people next month. Who knows? Yeah.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us this evening. We bridge the gap between what the world often keeps separate, logic and light, and spirit and science. We welcome everyone to come as you are and invite you to become the hero you want to become through educational tools and community connection. We offer tools, teachings, and community to help you remember who you are. This includes live shows, workshops, nutrition and wellness, and exclusive member perks. Logic leads us, light guides us, community connects us. Check out our TV Digest channel guide on All TV. Catch your favorite show, live stream, or find a new favorite show to add to your notifications. We are always adding new standalone episodes and series. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like. Find us online on our website and all major social media platforms at Academy of Logic and Light. Click the link in bio to join our community. We hope to see you again soon, either here or on your hero's journey.